Okay, let's start with a question, a really tough one. What would you do? Trapped, frozen mountain, death all around you, no food, no hope.
It's the core of the 1972 Andes crash story, isn't it? Something the Film Society of the Snow brought back into focus recently.
Exactly. And today we're doing a deep dive, really getting into the brutal specifics of what happened, because you asked for it, the full context, beyond what you see on screen.
Yeah, trying to piece together the really challenging details from what the survivors and records tell us.
So the setup is stark. Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571, October 13th, 1972. 45 people on board, mostly young rugby guys, some family and friends.
And a massive navigation error, just boom, straight into the Andes. We're talking 12,000 feet up, completely stranded.
Speed of it all is just, yeah.
Well, yeah, 12 died right away on impact. But then you have 33 survivors, freezing, injured, but crucially thinking, okay, rescue's coming any hour now.
That initial hope.
It kept them going. But the Andes in winter, it's relentless. Minus 30 degrees Celsius at night, minus 22 Fahrenheit for context.
And then the radio, that small transistor radio they had.
Ah, the radio. That's the turning point psychologically. Weeks go by, they finally get it working, and they hear the search. It's been called off. Officially.
Imagine hearing that, just static. And the realization, no one's looking anymore. You're completely on your own.
Suddenly, the environment isn't just harsh, it's everything. Ice, snow, rock. No plants, no animals, nothing. Except the bodies of their friends, those who had already passed away. And, well, days turn into weeks. Starvation is setting in. The impossible choice looms.
The sources really emphasize this, don't they? That the decision to consume the dead, it wasn't madness.
Not at all. It was, a primal will to live, pure biological necessity. They were literally starving to death.
Was it framed purely like that biologically? Or did faith play into how they rationalized it?
It was deeply complex. Primarily biological, yes, but absolutely weighed down with ethical, religious, spiritual agony. But here's something incredible, something often glossed over. It wasn't just a desperate act, it became this sort of pact. Sources say survivors wrote letters knowing they might die, explicitly telling their friends.
Telling them what?
Telling them, if I don't make it, use my body, survive. Some practically begged them to do it.
Wait, really? So they gave permission, like a prearranged agreement among friends facing death.
Exactly. It shifts the narrative, doesn't it? From just desperation to this profound, almost unbelievable altruism. And speaking of things glossed over, the dangers continued after the crash.
Right, the film shows one avalanche sequence, which was horrific enough.
But the accounts mention multiple avalanches sweeping through the fuselage where they sheltered, killing more people weeks after the initial impact. It wasn't a single disaster. It was 72 days of compounding horror.
72 days. Just let that sink in. Eventually, they realized waiting wasn't an option.
No. It fell to two of them, Nando Parado and Roberto Canesset. They decided, we walk out or we all die here.
And that trek,
Oh!
it's the stuff of legend. 10 days. Across mountain terrain that even, expert climbers would find daunting.
And get this, wearing totally inadequate clothing, broken shoes stuffed with rags, just sheer will pushing them forward. Until they saw him.
The Chilean farmer, Sergio Catalan, separated by a roaring river.
Yeah, the river was too loud to shout across, so the farmer throws them some bread and a pen and paper tied to a rock.
And Nando writes back that note. Just chillingly simple.
I come from a plane that crashed in the mountains. That sentence set off the rescue. Helicopters the next day, 16 survivors pulled out alive.
Incredible.
And when you dig into the sources, the survivors themselves, they don't frame it primarily as horror. They talk about faith, deep friendship, sacrifice.
They weren't trying to be heroes.
No, or monsters, just human, as they put it, trying to live one more day.
It really leaves you thinking, doesn't it, about what humans are capable of. That level of sacrifice, offering your own body so your friends might live. What does that say about us? Under the absolute worst pressure imaginable. Something profound, for sure.